Hey you guys, welcome to Office Grad. In my last video, we discussed about SUMIFS function where we applied a text value criteria, correct? So for example, if I want to get a sum total where my region is West and where I have sold binders, how can I use that in SUMIFS function, right? And we also checked out how can you use a cell address or how can you simply type that in within a formula and work around with that. In my today's video, again we will be talking about a SUMIFS function only. However, instead of a text criteria, we will be applying a date range criteria. Okay, so for example, if I want to get a sum total where the date is greater than or equal to 1st of Jan and the date range is less than or equal to 30th of April, how can I apply within this SUMIFS? We are going to learn about that. So before that, if you haven't checked out my last video, I suggest first you go back and check out SUMIFS basic function first to understand the basic functionality, because this video is going to be a little bit advanced version of it, so it will be helpful for you to understand the basic functionality and then hopping on to the advanced version of SUMIFS. Okay, so let's get started with this. Start with equals to, type in SUMIFS bracket open, select the sum range first. So in this case my sum range is from G2 to G22, comma, criteria range. Now my criteria is date criteria, right? So my criteria range should be the order date criteria range. So I will be selecting A2 to A22, comma. Now it is asking for a criteria. So I did mention that my criteria is if the date value is greater than or equal to 1st of Jan, right? So I am saying that the criteria is greater than and equal to, which is a sign, right? Greater than and equal to is a sign. So this we need to type it within the quotes, which is open inverted commas, type in greater than or equal to, and let's close the inverted commas, right? So this is how any signs, right, greater than, less than, not equal to, equals to, should be within these quote signs. Then we need to type in and select the start date. Okay, let's select the start date. Here my first criteria is complete, where I'm saying that give me a sum total of G2 to G22 where the criteria range is A2 to A22. A is greater than or equal to B25. B25 is nothing but the start date. Okay, let's apply the second criteria. So comma, criteria range number 2. So again it will be the same criteria range, because within the same criteria range I want to apply this criteria, comma, criteria range number 2. Okay, now my second criteria is I want to get a sum total where the date is less than or equal to the end date, correct? So I cannot use greater than sign over here, guys, because I cannot have greater than 1st Jan and again greater than 30th of April. So I will be again putting open inverted commas, less than, equal to sign, close inverted commas, ampersand or and sign from keyboard. We will select the end date cell address, close the bracket and hit enter, right? So we are getting this summation 2738.3 for this date range. Okay, I will be breaking this down for you to better understand, for your better understanding. Let's first verify whether this sum total is correct or not. So let's select from 15th of Jan to this 2 to 8. My sum total is 2738.3. So the summation that we got is absolutely correct. So it is working fine. So now let's understand these signs and this ampersand signs. I will apply equals to sign and then open inverted commas, greater than or equal to, close inverted commas, I will be using this ampersand or and sign, and let's select this cell address or the start date. Okay, hit enter. So this is the value that I get, greater than or equal to 43831. What is this 43831? Is nothing but a system assigned value to this date. So Excel by default assigns this value to this date, right? So that is how you are getting this. Let's also apply this to the end date. Let's see if I change this to a general format, what do I get? So I'm changing again, open inverted commas, less than or equal to sign, close inverted commas, ampersand sign, and enter, right? So this is the this is how this formula is reading these criteria: greater than or equal to 43831 and less than or equal to 4395, right? So this is how it is reading. And a very important tip for you guys, you should always start with a start date or the lowest date first, and not start with the end date, because it is going to give you an incorrect results. So you should always start with the start date in the criteria range number 1, and then the end date or the second criteria. Okay, let's try changing this a little bit. Let's apply June 30th. My format for the laptop is MMDDYY, that is why I'm applying June 30th and 2020. Let's check if it is giving me the correct value. 4150.9. Yes, it is absolutely correct, right? So that is how you can use the criteria as a date range in SUMIFS function, guys. I hope this formula did help you understand how can you apply the date range in the SUMIFS formula. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to hit like. If you have any queries with regards to this formula, please do write in the comment section as to what is your query is. I will also be putting the email address, my email address, in the description box, so you can check out my email address, and if you have any queries, you can direct it to that email address, or you can simply type it in the comment section. Also, if you have any suggestions about what should be my next video, you can also put that all in the comment section, and accordingly I will keep posting the advanced Excel formulas in my upcoming videos. If you find this helpful, please do subscribe to my channel, and I need a big shout out, guys. So please recommend your friends, your colleagues, your family, and ask them also to subscribe to my channel, because you know, guys, it's free. Thank you so very much for checking out my video, and keep learning. Thank you.